People, here we are. Round 3 of Swiss of the weekly Dice Arena, week 33. It's the small yet mighty format. Characters must be 2 costs or less. Actions can be any price. And it's a Golden Age tournament, so there's weird stuff like Zarina and stuff that you haven't seen in ages. We've got Trey versus Joe. Gonna show us how it's done. Take it away, guys.
Action or energy, Trey?
Action, always.
Energy. I will go first.
Action always,
Good luck to you.
or not. So,
Just do me a real quick favor and don't punch the screen because you don't have Fortnite.
so Joe is playing Chaos Warp.
No Beast chalkboard.
So I think he's just playing a whole bunch of low-cost characters that have pretty awesome stat lines with Chaos Warp and the Cube. I think everything else is just auxiliary. He has a fixer. He's got chalkboard. He's got the Ring Global, which is another classic. If you guys have not played with the Ring Global,
Got Chaos Warp
I recommend that.
Oh yeah. and Vicious Struggle, sir.
And Vicious Struggle. Oh, jeepers.
I bleed, you bleed.
So I didn't even notice the Vicious Struggle. That's just insult to injury.
What's your beast do?
When he's KO'd, I can send 2 dice from my use pile to the bag.
Neat.
Synergy.
I was about to say, Joe wants characters in his bag because that's what Chaos Warp does. Chaos Warp, for those who have not encountered this action yet, let me read the text for you.
Oh wow.
It says,
Hey, there's your
draw and roll every die in your bag.
All
Deal 1
sidekicks?
damage to target player for each character
We're gonna
face.
field all 4 sidekicks.
Take 1 damage for each showing an interface.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
He's at level 2. And then I'm going to spin this one down to a bolt to field said beast.
That's what you wanted.
And then
That's exactly what Joe wants. The more sidekicks he keeps in the field, the less that are in his bag
turn.
to roll when
Okay.
Chaos Warp comes around.
Real good.
So that's why that was like the god roll, pretty much. Trey gets his action,
What's
which
that do?
What's Rally do?
Yeah.
Moves on its regular side. It moves 2 sidekicks from your
determined to make it work.
pile to your field.
Jordo, I definitely want a full review when you're finished.
Dimensional double burst there.
I'm still a Chaos Warp
So,
hater
Rally.
because Orbital Strike is just that much better.
Sidekicks in here.
Rally. Speaking of throwbacks,
Is your beast whenever it's KO'd in general, or when it's KO'd while? Like,
Rally, a promo basic action, says move up to 2 sidekicks from your used pile to the field, which also could be good for Joe. Because again, sidekicks not in the bag is what he's definitely going for. I'll be writing it up tomorrow. Yes! Something to read at work. Some lunch break fodder, huh?
Multiple man.
Sounds great.
Okay.
Yeah, past you.
1 in the bag.
4 sidekicks for Joe. He's probably going to reach for Chaos Warp here before too long. With all those
Hey,
sidekicks in the
roll whatever you
field.
want, so sidekick. And then I'm going to
Tomorrow night after I get home from playing it. Hey, I'll take that too. It'll be lunch break fodder for Thursday then. I'm into that. Trey buying a multiple man.
All sidekicks. Got multiple man. He rolls on his level 2 side.
He gets multiple man.
This is the first game I've played like where I don't have to play against somebody with Serena, which is kind of nice.
Zarina is a
You
total
understand
pain.
Whenever I first said, when I bleed, you bleed.
Sidekick for Trey. Not going to be the worst thing.
Oh, I've got an energy fixer. For
There
that.
you go.
Spin this down.
You have 2 energy fixers.
I
sir.
do now, so I'm gonna spin this down to a bolt. Pay 1 to field this bad boy, and then I guess I didn't really need to do that. I'm ripping a whatever. I'll do it. I'll rip multiple man. I don't care.
You
Screw
won't.
Swarm.
You won't.
I mean, care. This game.
Trey doesn't even want the swarm. He doesn't care.
You're up.
Over to Joe. Another beast in the field and another sidekick.
This is great.
Again, Joe pretty much could be just putting his dice on the faces he wants them to be on, and it would look the exact same right now.
field sidekick, and spin him down to a shield. Pay 1 to field level 3 beast.
With 2 fixers on the field, sidekicks are just potential energy.
3 on a warp.
Chaos. Warp.
You know what? Let's do Mjolnir.
Ooh, getting Mjolnir first.
Pass priority.
Interesting.
Pass turn.
Although that Mjolnir is one of my favorite cards in the game.
Come at me, bro.
Got it signed by Eric Lang and Mike Elliott at Origins last year. It's pretty cool. Multiple Man comes out, as does Rally.
What's that rally doing for you?
Yeah, so good.
Rally not good if your use pile's empty, though.
Oh man, must be so nice to roll whatever you want.
You'll never know.
Both players in a friendly agreement just to put their dice on the faces they'd like them on.
Box.
Don't open the box.
We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll spin one of these down to a shield.
Actually, kind of surprised Trey doesn't have Green Devil Mask on his team.
Let's see why.
He loves that card, and it's super good. I mean, against Joe's
Remember,
team,
it's
it would be
the first
awesome.
Die that you purchase is the one that's going to be ripped over. So
I'm not ripping
make
it.
sure.
I'm not ripping anything.
Oh goodness.
Buying 2 multiple mans with that.
Trey's getting wild.
I'm gonna buy the remaining 2 multiple mans.
So many multiple,
'Cause
man.
if I've learned anything tonight, it's to completely sell out to this team that doesn't work.
Hey man.
That's the spirit.
Swarm is
That's
still swarm.
the spirit.
Just to let you know.
That's right. As long as you have one in the
Plenty
field,
of energy.
this is going to be great.
I've had energy all night.
Alright, so sidekicks, that's cool too.
Only sidekicks for Joe. Didn't roll any sidekicks this time. For the first time this game.
I think I want to reroll these two.
Joe could go for Green Devil Mask, and that would really hurt Trey's team. But I think he's going a more forward route. He's thinking a little bit less about defense, I think.
So we're going to rip over a cube.
The Cubix Cube.
Pass priority.
Pass back.
And turn.
Alright.
Man, I could have put Rare Cube on my team that would have made my Avengers or
I thought you were going to
Novacore uniform way better.
draw all your dice.
I totally forgot that Rare Cube was fair game in
How's that
Golden.
multiple man working out for you?
It's so good.
So Trey has like 5 multiple man in his bag, and he pulled 0
this
of
actually
them.
might work out pretty well. A lantern ring.
Oh.
The old Mask Ring team. We don't hate that.
Pass.
Trey with the
What
green.
does that lantern ring do?
Oh, so much.
Obviously, it's not the good lantern ring.
Correct. It is deal 1 damage to your opponent for each opposing villain in play.
That does nothing.
Except it has a global, pay a mask, and target opposing character gains the villain affiliation.
Oh my goodness.
So with all of the masks, Trey could do some damage here.
Okay.
Oh my, Mjolnir
Stop
plus
figuring
Cube.
out What the heck you're about to do to me?
I am not gonna do anything. I am just gonna sit back and relax.
Because as far as I can tell, the cube doesn't really help your Mjolnir.
No, not at the moment.
Okay.
You are correct, sir. Let's
I thought
go.
you were about to pull some kind of voodoo magic on me and like kill me, like instantly.
Nah.
That ain't me.
Well, good game, guys. No, just kidding.
Trey didn't see that truck coming.
Alright, we're going to go for a.
For energy.
We're gonna rip over a.
Rip another cube. Rip a Chaos Warp.
Are we? No, we're not.
No, we're not.
We're gonna do this the right way, boys. So we're gonna spin this down to a. It's already spun this one down, so I'm gonna spin this one down to a shield.
1 bolt and 1 shield, thanks to Mjolnir and Bifrost.
Because I keep on thinking that I have more than one energy or more than 2 energy fixers.
More than 2 energy
let's
fixers.
go
Beggars can't be
three.
choosers.
And rip a Chaos Warp.
Chaos Warp is about to happen,
I'm
folks.
gonna forego using the Cosmic Cube for now.
Okay.
And I'm going to Mjolnir. I'm gonna hit.
So Trey's
I'm gonna go
multiple
1,
man.
2. I'm not gonna do any of that. So I'm gonna go 1 on my beast, and then I'm gonna go 2 on your multiple man.
All right.
Multiple man knocked out, so Swarm is no more. Which means now Trey will pull 4 of them.
And then I'm gonna, yeah.
I was about to have.
Yeah. Cool multiple man, bro.
Yeah, 3 multiple man out of the bag, which would have been
One
a
of these
Swarm
days
for
you'll get to
3.
Rally whenever your sidekicks are actually in the use pile.
I did it once.
I did the thing.
I did a thing with my thing.
We can roll this. There we go.
Hey, lots of masks there for Trey.
Side would have been more fun. Pay a mask. We're gonna make 1, 2, 3, 4 of your characters into villains.
I'm assuming it's gonna be the sidekicks.
It doesn't matter which ones they are.
It kind of does, especially if you're gonna KO my dudes.
This one doesn't KO them because it's not the double burst side. So
What happens? Oh, okay.
yeah, nothing, and you just take damage. So you'll take 4 damage.
Trey sheds blood across the battlefield. 4 damage. That could have been super awesome if he rolled some more, or if his Swarmer was still in the field. Mjolnir is going to put a stop to that, especially with a couple different targets of Joe's own dice in his field.
Again?
So Cube and
Back at it
Mjolnir.
again.
Also Cube and Chaos Warp.
Fans.
Back at it again with the white vans.
Oh, well, that was that.
Gets Mjolnir. Did not get Chaos Warp, so that's unfortunate. He still is going to be able to knock out Trey's multiple man, so Swarm will be shut down. Which is at least the defensive end of his strategy.
Yep. Rip over a struggle.
The struggle's happening. It's about to get vicious in here, folks.
And your multiple man is just 1 toughness?
Yep.
1-1.
We'll just do 1, 2 again.
Strikes him on the head.
Them 1s and 2s.
Trey could get an Electra here, and then he couldn't be targeted by
I
Mjolnir.
still think it's cool to have all those multiple man.
Dude, I love it. It's hilarious.
I mean, the good news for Trey is that Joe does have characters in the field to target with the ye old Villain Maker Global.
We'll keep this. We're gonna pay 1 to field multiple man, and then we're going to rip an Avengers ID card. A secret weapon. Probably didn't see it coming.
For those that don't know, the Electra I'm talking about is
And then
says while Electra is active, your character dice with purchase cost of 2 or less cannot be targeted by globals.
Dudes, villains. I was like, man,
Oh, that's not going to protect against Mjolnir. My B.
Zangief over here.
Zangief. Classic
Because you're a
Zangief.
bad guy. It does not make you a bad
bad
guy.
guy. Man, that was a great reference. I haven't seen the second one yet.
Oh, sweet. Okay, let's do this.
Did you just roll it? Pull it again?
No, not Mjolnir. I got
Oh.
Chaos Warp and Vicious Struggle.
Oh no.
Let's live the dream, folks.
There it is. Got both on action sides. So the idea here is that Joe is going to have, he didn't get cube with this, which would have been extra
That's where it
awful.
gets weird.
But he's going to do damage for the
But
characters that
I only
roll
have 3 dice in the bag, so.
and for the energies that roll. Again, the issue though is he has 3 dice in the bag. Not really enough to
By
do
the
a
time you
whole
used
bunch of
Chaos
damage.
Warp against me, and you just did 7 damage to yourself.
Also, one of the dice in Joe's bag
Are you
is
saying
a
that wasn't
cube.
a good time? Because I enjoyed it. I'm pretty sure you enjoyed it as well.
I did. You're right.
We're gonna rip a boom boom. Which is what I
Rip
should've
a dip a boom boom.
I'm an idiot. It's like, hey, cool basics. Alright, so we're gonna do Vicious Struggle first. And then we're gonna warp. Let's do. Alright, so.
Come on, do the warp.
Interesting thing, I was reading up on the text in Chaos Warp, and this is what happens. So if I roll a character face, it deals damage to you. If I roll an energy, it deals damage to me. But these actions are neither, so no damage is dealt. But I take one, you take one.
There we go. 1 for 1 thanks to Vicious Struggle.
Fun.
Also, Joe, being down already in health,
And then back.
Vicious Struggle is
So I'll do it all over again next turn.
I was gonna
is
say, you did all that
severely
work to
neutered.
basically replicate the Luke Cage global.
Pretty much.
Pay fist.
There's a
Because-
possibility of me swarming.
Oh, you're right.
In theory, Trey could swarm his whole bag here.
1, 2, 3.
He does
4
get the
dice.
lantern
I
ring.
just-
Swarm 1. Maybe he pulls
Rarely
another one
has come
here.
out at the worst times ever. Swarm a second time.
All right.
Uh,
Carnage is over.
right.
In theory, he rolls generic on rally. There we go.
Now that's what I'm talking
Actually,
about.
that's a great roll. The only thing could be better is Avengers ID and the
Which
fist
ID card is it?
could be switched.
It's the one that gives your Avengers +2/+2.
Ooh.
Also has the
Avengers I have
Avenger
+2.
Maker on it.
Well, I mean, you've got all those masks.
Exactly. Second win condition. That fell off.
There's the Avengers card and more masks, which is
Look at that.
so rowdy.
So
So,
vertical.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What does your beast do? You get to move stuff?
2 dice into the bag.
2 dice in the bag,
I
which
dare you.
Joe would love. The problem is he doesn't have any characters in his use pile. I mean, but with Vicious Struggle,
6. I'm going to make all your characters into villains.
Okay.
Trey's going to KO all of them with a
then
ring.
I'm going to use Lantern Ring. But it's on its double burst side, so it'll knock out all of your characters.
Okay, so you take 6 damage from dealing me 6 damage.
Yes, I do.
Because of Vicious.
I remembered that.
I'm at 9. You're at 13.
It's Vicious.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm at 10 because I was at 16. And you knocked them all out.
Yep.
Oh,
Joe's at
sweet. Let me
10
just
health.
send these 4 back to the.
10 dice to the bag. Or sorry, 4 dice to the bag. 2 for each beast.
That's fine. You won't have anything. Oh, they go into your bag. Oh.
Mhm.
So he doesn't
So it's
want.
fine, you won't have anything in your
He doesn't
bag.
want those actions in his bag because they don't do
I
anything
totally
for
did this exactly how I wanted
Chaos
to.
Warp.
Well,
Trey's
actually,
probably gonna give.
it's- 'cause it
a
says you can set
sidekick.
up to 2, so
Oh, he
you
didn't.
use
He didn't
one
keep
for
any
each.
masks.
So we're just gonna do these 2 basic actions.
Okay. The rest stay out.
Trey doesn't have a mask to make anything an Avenger.
And then,
You ain't got no mask, Lieutenant Dan.
I get to prep a die from my bag thanks to Avengers ID card.
Trey, with the most efficient use,
Oh.
the most efficient use of Avengers ID.
Rally is a sad face. And I'll pass.
uh,
2 in the bag.
I think this is a great matchup for round 3 when I can just kind of
Could we just
chuckle
knock
to
them
myself
down, please?
through the game. Joe's game plan is going to be.
And what? Okay.
Alright, he's rolling almost everything he owns. I think Boom Boom is going to be his biggest source of actual damage. Chaos Warp is going to be some novelty damage. Oh my gosh. Energy on everything except for Chaos Warp. Let's see how this progresses.
Let's do this again, shall we?
Yeah, just go for the full Monty here, Joe. Reroll it all.
Oh.
Gets a Boom Boom and a
awesome.
Beast.
Except for the vicious struggle.
Didn't get Vicious Struggle. Yeah,
Right,
this is the one thing that didn't hit.
All right, so we're gonna pay a fist to field a level 2 Boom Boom. Field this guy right here. What am I gonna do with my life?
Oh, this is the common Boom Boom, not the super
Four in the
rare.
bag.
While Boom Boom is active,
Millionaire,
oh, because
Pizza.
that's a 2-cost die. When you use a basic action die, it deals 2 damage to a target opponent or character. So gonna be chunking away 2 damage at a time, except for when the cube comes through, be 4 damage
Do I risk going lower? That's
per
the
basic
real
action
question.
die, which
How
is a
low
lot.
Can you go? So I'm actually gonna cube over another vicious struggle.
Gonna chalkboard one over.
Another vicious struggle.
I do love that card.
And then I'm going to. Yeah, I guess I'll use Chaos Warp.
Gonna use Chaos Warp anyway. Gonna go for it. Let's see what character / energy faces get rolled.
Hey, I got a character face.
1 damage.
So you take 1, I take 2.
Joe down to 8.
So you're down to 12, I'm down to 8.
Trey at 12. The Chaos Warp has happened.
Whenever I activate Chaos Warp, you're not going to take 2. Your multiple mana is going to take 2.
Ooh. Oh, from Boom Boom.
Don't take anything.
No. You take 1 from the Chaos Warp landing a character face.
Right.
And
Oh,
then
no, from her. Gotcha.
from Boom Boom, sorry.
Boom
You're
Boom.
gonna take 2.
Alright.
Multiple mana's gonna take 2.
This game is so awkward and so close at the same time.
Good?
Yeah.
Trey will not get a
And
swarm
then I'm
next
gonna
turn.
purchase nothing because I don't want to.
Buy a rally.
I should.
I mean, Rally would be good fuel for Boom
All
Boom.
this stuff's gonna go back in.
Also, after Chaos Warp, it all goes to your used pile, right? So there would
wait,
be
they're
a...
in my use pile now. Sweet. So
Right.
I'm gonna use this fist to do a ring global and put this guy out as a sidekick.
There it is. Again, if you guys out there have not played
And then
with the
I'm
Ring
going
Global,
to-
it is... I highly recommend the experience. Ring Res from back in the day.
pass
Woof.
priority,
Back to you.
and then I'm gonna purchase Chaos Orb? Question mark? Go.
Can you do that? Like, pass priority, then I'm gonna buy something?
Yeah, because you passed the priority back to me, and then I continued with. Because whenever you pass priority, you're not leaving the main step. You're still in the main step. You're just.
Just saying,
You're
hey,
just. Yeah.
use your globals now.
Yeah.
Word.
Let's see what Trey's got here. 3 multiple man. He pretty much just wants to generate enough masks here. He could
This is the
also
weirdest game.
he could also have enough attackers here to sneak something through.
It's so silly.
So if he gets all 3 of these multiple mans rolled, and he gets 4 masks, I guess that's impossible. Doesn't have the mask fixer. Unlucky.
But we don't do it for us. We do it for the fans.
Do it for the
all those
kids.
people watching.
You hear that, Ross? For the fans.
I mean, do it for the kids, you know? I lied. The dadliest game. This is the dadliest
All of
game.
the elf thieves.
Average viewer
Myself.
age is probably like
I'm gonna
29.
spin this down to a shield.
Props to you people that are not 29 yet, but also props to you people that are
Another lantern
29.
ring.
Tomorrow you rolled 2 gardeners and they rolled double energy.
That's right. And
Oh, not
and
tomorrow.
I'm gonna use the ring
That
global.
feeling win. That mood win. Yeesh. Guy Gardner, man.
Sidekick to
Guy
take
Gardner is
his
the
place.
most bipolar dice in the game. He either gets real big and nasty, or he's just like, he's only worth his own 2 hands, you know? Look at all those dice going into Joe's bag. This is a wonderful game 3.
It's the best. Oh, just draw
Oh, I love
Yes.
this.
Oh my god, no! Gosh.
And
Vicious
Joe
Struggle
has
stack, though.
Joe has everything in his bag, by the way. He has probably
But all I
10
need is
dice in the
1.
bag.
Alright. So I got 2.
He didn't get cube, which really would have made this terrible, like
don't get
terribly gross for Trey.
Let's see.
He needs Chaos Warp to roll here.
Oh,
He gets
sweet.
it. He gets
Right.
it. And to a generic, which is, I mean, 2 generic, whatever.
And for you. Alright.
This is going to be exciting. I mean, this could be lethal. Joe's going to use 2 actions, which is going to be 4 from...
Hardest time trying to figure out what
Boom
the
Boom.
heck is happening here. He's like, well,
Trey's going to take 4 from
they're
Boom Boom.
making what seems to be terrible
And he could. I mean, he's got 8 dice in his
So
bag
we're going
for
to
sure.
use Vicious Struggle, and I'm gonna actually hit you for 2, putting you down to 10.
So boom,
What's
boom.
that damage coming from Boom Boom?
From Boom Boom.
Great.
And then I'm gonna use Chaos Warp, and I'm gonna do another 2 to you.
Tie game.
Tie ball game,
So here we
folks.
go, all the marbles, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's adjust the score before the Chaos Warp gets crazy.
Just the way I want it.
All of the dice from the bag.
Okay.
2 character
So,
faces.
Character face.
That's 2 damage.
And 5 energy. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Trey takes
Take
7.
I take 5. That'll
Oh
put you at 1.
my goodness.
And I've got 5 attackers, and you've got 3 blockers.
Yep, you can
GG.
attack and win.
That was the rowdiest game I've ever seen. Guys, I could not have arranged a better round 3 game. All I was doing was giggling to myself over here while, sort of wandering off into delirium. So, fantastic game. Chaos Warp, just really did it.
I have one question for your fans.
That's
Were you not entertained?
how
Is this not what you wanted?
how could you not be entertained?